everybody. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching. My name is Tinu, and as you all know, I recently became a registered nurse in Canada, and it's been officially 1 year since I started practicing. 1 year for me was like really very fast. Like, where did all the time go? It's been 1 year, and it's been a big learning curve for me. To become an RN in Canada, you can go through different options. You can go through the 4 year program and you can do the 2 year program. The 2 year program is what I did, and that's because I have a prior degree in microbiology from Nigeria. So if you have like a degree in anything, it could be in business, it could be in marketing, it could be in anything, a bachelor's degree, you can apply and have your, and you can apply and then get it done in 2 years. But if you have like a diploma or anything lesser than a bachelor's degree, you have to go through the 4 year program. But that doesn't mean you have to spend 4 years in school. There's something called fast track. So you do your first 2 years in 2 years, and then your last 2 years in 1 year. So rather than going to school for 4 years, you just go to school for 3 years. But before you can qualify for the fast track, your CGPA must be a minimum of 75%. And then you'll be qualified to do your 4 years in 3 years. The after degree nursing program is very tedious, and I would not advise anyone that is not really determined to go for the 2 year program. The 2 year program is really rigorous. I stress again, very stressful, because we have no breaks in between. Your first semester is ending on Friday, the next one is starting on Monday. You get no summer breaks, you get no spring breaks, you get no break from school. You go to school back to back. And if you're taking that option, you have to be mentally prepared for what is ahead of you. So you need to weigh your options and go with whatever works for you. I became an RN before my convocation. Yes, how did this happen? So I was officially done school in August. I started working in September, and I convocated in October. So after I was officially done school, I started doing practice questions, study on my own, enrolled for my NCLEX, wrote it in one sitting, passed, and that was it for me. Everybody's journey in nursing is different. For every nursing student I have come across, I have said this over and over again. It doesn't mean because your friend has done it in 4 years, you can do it in 4 years. No, things happen. The clinical settings really tries us all. A lot of people are very good with theory. Like, yes, give them paper, they can answer questions and all of that. But that really doesn't matter in nursing. What really matters in nursing is your clinical skills, your relationship with your patient. That's what that matters. So my advice to every nursing student is listen in class, pay attention to wherever your teacher is, but work on your skills. Nursing is more of an art than a science. Even though we go to school and we learn all these and everything knowledge based, yeah, we do all of that. But when you get to the clinical settings, it has to do with your skills, what we do with our hands. If you have ever watched a nurse change a dress and change, you would see that it's an art. How we cut our medplex borders, how we do the gauze, how you cleanse the wound. Everything has to do with your skills, and everybody does it differently. So that's that. What are the things I love most being a nurse? Number one, the flexibility. The flexibility is what makes me most happy about my job. I like to work mostly nights because I have 3 kids to care for, and I love to be there when they go to school and when they come back. So anytime I work night shift, this really works well for me. I get home by 7:30, dress them up, and They go to school around 8:15-ish. And then they're back at 3:50. Mom is still back home. I've napped and I'm okay, and I can give them lunch and get them ready for the following day, and I go around 6:30. But when I work days, it feels like nothing is working for me, because I wake up at 5:30, try to get to work at 6:45, and then that's before my kids wake up at 7 and all of that. And by the time I get home, I just don't want to listen to anybody. All I want to do is take a shower, have some supper, and go to bed. And that really affects like the family dynamics for me. Here in Canada, we have two shifts. We have like the day shift and the night shift. I know like in the US, you can be hired as a day nurse or a night nurse, but really that doesn't work for us in Canada. So we have like a rotation of you rotate between days and nights. Well, you can always trade your shift with your colleagues, so you can have all your nights, but you do whatever works for you. It's been really tough working in the nursing career with the shortage of nurses. The patient's ratio is usually 4:1, 8:2 per se, where I work. But for days when we are like 2 shots, 3 shots, you have to take on additional patients. And that leaves us, maybe you become 12:2 or sometimes 10:2. And that's really, really, really hard. And you still have to do all your tasks and everything you have to do within the short time provided. Aside from that, working with certain group of patients that are behavioral usually tries me. Back home, for me, I'm Nigerian, and mostly our medical care is privatized. Here in Canada, it's public. As long as you have your health card, you can go into the hospital, you get treated for free. So a lot of these patients that I see, really, they don't really know the worth of the healthcare system. So sometimes that affects me. I'm like, I really want to do more for you, but you're refusing everything I'm doing. Do you really know how lucky you had to get all of these things done for free? So that really drives me nuts sometimes. What don't I like about being a nurse? I don't do well with end of life care. No. That is one thing that I don't do well with. If I get to the unit and I have a patient that has gone CMO, meaning comfort measures only, people that are waiting for their death, I panic. Yeah, that's it. I just panic. And I look up to my partner to see if she's able to take on that patient. But if she's also like me, we just have to like find a way to manage it. Have I learned to care for this patient? Yes, I have learned to care for CMO patients. I have learned to, make them comfortable. But one thing I have not gotten myself to do is seeing them pass. If one of my patients passes on my shift, it feels as if I have lost a member of my family. It affects me a lot. I think about them for days. I think about them for weeks. And that is something I don't like doing. I know like they usually say you should try to separate your patients from your daily life, but sometimes it's not easy at all. Sometimes we have patients on the unit that have been there for months, and then you see them die. They've become like part of the family. As soon as you walk into the unit, you see them, you talk, they're like family, and then all of a sudden they just die. How do you want me to separate that? Sometimes I find myself thinking, what could I have done better? Did I make them comfortable enough? And stuff like that really gets to people. That's that. Do I advise people to go into nursing? Yes. I would advise you to go into nursing when you're like really young. That's when you get to enjoy it more. Well, nursing career is very, very versatile. I mean, like you can become anything as an RN. You can become an OHS nurse. You can become aesthetic nurse. You don't have to like be in the hospital. If you like to work with the elderly, you can work at the long-term care and be a fantastic nurse. I love to work acute. I don't see myself working long-term care, and that is why I love where I am right now. Apart from being an RN, how else can you advance your career? You can take up a lot of courses. You can be a nurse practitioner, and a nurse practitioner can do almost everything a physician can do. They have the prescribing power, they can diagnose you, they can do anything for you. Apart from being a nurse practitioner, you can go as far as having your PhD degree and become doctor of nursing. You know, RN is just like the least you can be in the career. It goes on and on and on like that. And if you feel like, oh, you don't want to be an acute nurse, you don't want to be a long-term care nurse, you can be an ostomy nurse, you can be a COPD nurse, name it. The sky is the limit. Nursing career, you would always find your niche. That's one of the reasons why I love it. It can be a public health nurse. It's just it. Thank you for sitting down and like watching me talk about all of this in this long video. I would really like your opinion on what you want me to share on my YouTube video. Do you think I'm doing a good job? Do you think I should quit being a YouTuber? Or do you think I can bring you more content? Just let me know in the comment section and then I would attend to you. Thank you.